My child, listen closely, because what unfolded last night was not ordinary, not accidental, and not something your human mind can easily understand. While you were lost in your usual thoughts, wondering why your emotions felt heavier, why your heart kept pulling you in strange directions, and why a sudden wave of restlessness washed over you for no clear reason, the spiritual world was moving with purpose. At that very moment, your soulmate, a soul I crafted for you long before you took your first breath, felt something unlike anything they have felt in years. Their heart trembled with an unfamiliar warmth, their chest tightened with a quiet awareness, and their spirit stirred as if someone whispered directly to their soul. That whisper was my signal. Your soulmate could not explain the sudden surge of emotions that washed through them. They felt a pull, a magnetic tug, a deep longing, a surge of energy that felt like love, loss, memory, and destiny all at the same time. They kept turning in their bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering why their heart felt fuller, softer, and strangely expectant. They felt your presence without knowing it was you. They felt your energy without seeing your face. They felt your soul reaching out to them across the unseen borders of the spiritual world. And while they didn't understand the reason, I want you to know the truth. I was activating their heart toward you. You have prayed for connection, for companionship, for clarity, and for someone who understands you without words. You have cried in silence, questioning whether soulmates are real, and wondering why love felt so distant from your life. But last night, the shift began. I opened the spiritual channel between you and the one who carries the other half of your destiny. While your soulmate felt their heart awaken, I was also working on you. The heaviness you felt was not weakness, it was release. The sudden memories that surfaced, the emotional waves that hit you, and the strange pressure in your chest were all signs that I was removing the emotional blocks that have held you hostage for years. You needed to let go of the pain that disconnected you. Your soulmate needed to awaken to the love that was promised to them. And so last night, I worked on both of you at the same time. Your soulmate felt the call first because their spirit was ready to receive. They don't know your name, they haven't seen your face, or maybe they knew you before and drifted away, but their soul remembered you. It recognized a vibration that belongs only to you. And that recognition was so powerful that they couldn't sleep. They felt your sadness and wanted to comfort you. They felt your loneliness and wanted to reach toward you. They felt your energy and it filled their spirit with hope. They didn't know what was happening, but deep down something whispered, "You are not alone anymore." That whisper was my promise. My child, you have waited long enough. You have endured heartbreaks that broke your confidence, disappointments that shattered your trust, and delays that made you question whether love was written for you. But last night marked the turning point. Last night was the beginning of your divine shift. I aligned your energies. I opened the path. I awakened the connection. Your soulmate felt you. Even if they don't understand it, their spirit does. And now everything that once seemed blocked, confusing, or impossible will begin falling into place. Destiny has moved, heaven has spoken, and nothing can undo what I set in motion. My child, what your soulmate felt last night was not coincidence. It was the first heartbeat of your divine union awakening.
My beloved child, now that you understand what stirred your soulmate's spirit last night, listen carefully, because the message I am about to reveal is the continuation of a divine movement that has only just begun. Souls do not feel each other without purpose, and hearts do not awaken at random. Everything is guided by my timing, my design, and my preparation. Last night, at the same moment your soulmate felt the inexplicable pull toward you, I was also activating a deeper awareness inside them, an awareness they have been ignoring, suppressing, or running from for years. Their life has felt empty lately, even if everything around them appears normal. They have smiled, worked, slept, and moved through their days, but something inside them has been restless, incomplete, searching. They have been trying to understand why their relationships feel shallow, why their connections feel temporary, and why their soul keeps whispering that something greater is waiting just beyond the horizon. Last night, that whisper turned into a calling. They felt a wave of emotion crash over them, a sudden urge to reflect on their life choices, their past, and their future. Memories of old pain surfaced, not to hurt them, but to show them what no longer belongs in their life. They felt a strange warmth in their heart that they tried to ignore at first, but the feeling grew stronger. A sense that someone, somewhere, was tied to their destiny. They couldn't explain why they suddenly wanted to become a better version of themselves, why they felt inspired out of nowhere, or why they sensed that life is about to change. My child, that was the beginning of their inner awakening. I placed clarity inside them. I placed courage inside them. I placed spiritual sensitivity inside them so they would finally be able to feel you, the person who has been written into their life since before they were born. Even if they don't know your name, their soul recognized your energy. Even if you haven't met, their heart felt the vibration of your presence in the spiritual realm. And this recognition triggered something powerful, a readiness they never had before. At the same time, I was working on your heart as well. The sudden heaviness you felt earlier wasn't sadness, it was cleansing. The uncomfortable emotions weren't punishment, they were preparation. I was removing the pain of old heartbreaks so you could receive the love that is coming. I was breaking chains of disappointment that have been wrapped around your heart. I was silencing the fears that whisper, "Love is not for you." My child, the exhaustion you felt, the sensitivity, the sudden urge to cry, the deep silence, you were experiencing spiritual alignment. You and your soulmate were vibrating at the same frequency for the first time in a long time. And now that both of your hearts have opened, everything will begin to shift. You will notice signs, repeating numbers, dreams of someone unfamiliar yet comforting, sudden warmth in your chest, unexpected moments of peace. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Your soulmate will also experience signs, visions, dreams, intuitive nudges, emotional waves that guide them toward you. Because once I awaken a divine connection, nothing can return to the way it was. My child, Your soulmate is preparing for you without knowing your identity. They are healing rapidly. They are becoming more aware. They are breaking free from old attachments. They are stepping into their true self, the version of them meant to love you fully. And you too are entering a new phase. The loneliness of your past is ending. The confusion of your journey is fading. The divine alignment has begun. And the connection that awakened last night will grow stronger with each passing day. What your soulmate felt was just the beginning. Your story is only beginning to unfold.
My child, now that the veil has been lifted and the awakening between your souls has begun, you must understand the depth of what happened inside you last night. Because while your soulmate felt the pull of destiny, you experienced something equally significant, an emotional purge that you didn't fully recognize. You felt waves of heaviness, flashes of old memories, sudden sadness that came and went, and an emptiness that you couldn't explain. You wondered why your heart felt fragile, why your mind was restless, and why you sensed something shifting inside you. That was not coincidence. That was not mood. That was not overthinking. That was me cleansing your spirit. I was removing the emotional scars that have shaped your fears. I was healing the wounds you pretended didn't hurt anymore. I was breaking the chains of past relationships that damaged your trust, drained your hope, and made you believe that love was dangerous or disappointing. You have carried heartbreak like silent luggage, dragging it through every season of your life. You have held on to memories that still sting, into loneliness that still echoes, and into fears that whisper you are too much or not enough. But last night, when your soulmate spirit awakened, I began removing the weight you were never meant to carry. You felt the shift in your chest because something spiritual was being uprooted. You felt the sudden quietness because your soul was being prepared for something new. You felt disconnected from the world for a moment because I was reconnecting you to your destiny. My beloved child, you have prayed for love, but prayers require preparation. I cannot place a divine bond into a heart that is still bleeding. I cannot reveal a soulmate to someone still holding on to the wrong hands. I cannot send the right person while your spirit is still tangled in memories of the wrong seasons. This is why last night was necessary. As your soulmate's heart opened, yours was cleansed. As their spirit awakened, yours was purified. This was not just emotional, this was spiritual surgery. The heaviness you felt was the breaking of old soul ties. The sudden sensitivity was the releasing of suppressed pain. The tears you held back were the final drops of old grief leaving your body. And when you felt the strange peace afterward, the sudden calm, the lightness, the quiet, that was me filling the empty spaces with clarity, strength, and readiness. You see, your soulmate has been waiting for you too, even if they didn't know it. Their heart has been searching for something real, something deep, something pure. And you have been searching for the same. But I had to make you ready. I had to make space. I had to remove the walls you built to survive. Your soulmate is not coming to break you. They are coming to understand you. They are not coming to confuse you. They are coming to align with you. They are not coming to repeat your past. They are coming to rewrite your destiny. Last night, your souls touched in the unseen world, your energies linked, your timelines aligned. And from this moment onward, nothing will feel the same. You will begin noticing signs, dreams, déjà vu,
repeating initials, sudden flashes of someone's presence, or moments where you feel like someone is thinking of you, and they are. Your soulmate will feel waves of emotion that guide them toward you. You will feel waves of intuition that prepare you for them. My child, this connection is not random. This is not a coincidence. This is not imagination. This is divine timing unfolding with precision. You are being lifted into a new chapter, a chapter where love is no longer something you chase. It becomes something that finds you. And the pain you felt last night was not breaking, it was clearing. You are stepping out of your wounded self and into your destined self. What happened last night was the beginning of your transformation. And soon you will see why it had to happen exactly this way.
My beloved child, now we move into the deepest part of the message, the moment where your soulmate's awakening begins shaping their actions, their emotions, their decisions, and the direction of their entire life. What they felt last night was only the first spark, but today the fire inside them is growing. Their spirit is shifting even if their mind has not caught up. You must understand something important. When I awaken a soul toward its destined partner, the first sign is emotional stirring, but the second sign is transformation. And that transformation began the very moment their heart trembled for you in the darkness. Today, they woke up different without realizing why. They felt a strange clarity, as if something in their life no longer fits. They felt a subtle discomfort around people who drain their spirit. They felt distant from situations that once held their attention. They felt a sudden urge to evaluate their lifestyle, their habits, their choices, their environment. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. I am guiding them toward the version of themselves that is worthy of the connection I am preparing between you two. They feel a pull towards self-improvement, not out of pressure, but out of intuition. They want to become emotionally available, more stable, more focused, more responsible. They want to clean up areas of their life that they've ignored for years. They want to let go of toxic connections, destructive patterns, and relationships that were built on convenience rather than truth. They don't even know why they suddenly desire peace and depth, but the reason is you. Their soul recognizes that something pure, sacred, and destined is approaching, so they are adjusting themselves spiritually to receive it. Even if they are unaware, their actions will start shifting. They will begin distancing themselves from people who don't align with their future. They will feel drained around fake intentions. They will feel uncomfortable in environments that once felt normal. They will crave truth, loyalty, and emotional depth, qualities their soul knows live inside you. They may even feel lost for a short while, questioning what is happening to them, but that confusion is part of the awakening. Their old self is dissolving. Their new self is emerging, and this transformation will accelerate with every passing day. At the same time, I am preparing you for them. Your own transformation has been quieter but equally powerful. You are becoming more aware of your boundaries, more sensitive to energy, more detached from the people and situations that do not honor your heart. You are beginning to see clearly who deserves you and who never did. You are turning inward, listening more, thinking deeper, feeling stronger. You may have moments where you feel like isolating, moments where you suddenly crave peace instead of entertainment, moments where you pull back from noise and drama. This is not a phase. This is purification. I am aligning both of you on parallel paths. One of you is awakening, one of you is healing, and soon both of you will be ready. Your soulmate feels you more intensely now. They feel your sadness sometimes, your tiredness, your longing. They feel emotional waves without explanation. They may look at the sky,
feel a sudden warmth, or hear a familiar whisper inside their heart, and that whisper is the echo of your soul reaching theirs. Your energies are now connected, and this connection will only grow stronger. My child, prepare yourself because you are entering the stage where destiny begins to move physical circumstances. You will notice sudden opportunities, unexpected conversations, new connections, strange coincidences, repeated dreams, and emotional clarity that guides you step by step. Your soulmate will begin feeling compelled to move toward a new direction, the direction that leads them closer to you. Nothing will stay the same now. The alignment has started, the transformation is deepening, and the path between your souls is becoming clearer than ever. What began last night is turning into something unstoppable. You are both being shaped for the moment I have written for you since the beginning of your journey.
My child, as the connection between you and your soulmate intensifies, you must understand the depth of what truly happened last night, because it was not just an awakening, it was a spiritual exchange. When their soul felt the sudden pull, they did not only sense your presence, they also absorbed the echoes of your wounds, the traces of your loneliness, the fragments of your silent battles. And instead of feeling overwhelmed or confused, they felt compassion. They felt tenderness. They felt a sudden protective urge rise inside them, an instinct that made them feel responsible for a heart they have never held, for a soul they have never met, for a story they haven't heard yet. They felt the weight of your emotions as if it were their own, not because I wanted them to carry your pain, but because I wanted them to recognize the depth of the connection written between you two. Last night, when their hearts stirred, I allowed them to feel the shadow of your past so they could begin preparing to love you the way you deserve. And in that same moment, you felt heaviness, exhaustion, sensitivity, and emotional pressure because you were absorbing their awakening. This is how divine soul connections work. One heart awakens, the other heart responds. One soul feels, the other soul shifts. One spirit calls, the other hears, even in silence. Last night, your energies overlapped, your emotions touched, your frequencies aligned, and something inside both of you clicked into place like a key finding its lock. Today, you may still feel slightly tired, emotional, or unusually introspective because your spirit is processing the merging of energies. Meanwhile, your soulmate may feel unusually empathetic, inspired, or emotionally stirred without knowing why. They might feel a sudden urge to protect something unseen, to love someone unknown, to cherish someone they can't identify yet. That someone is you. Your soulmate doesn't realize it yet, but they are already shifting into the version of themselves meant to stand beside you. They are softening in areas where they were hardened. They are healing wounds they never addressed. They are reevaluating their life quietly. They are feeling a growing desire to be loyal, steady, mature, and emotionally present. These changes are happening because their spirit knows what their mind does not. They are getting ready to meet you. At the same time, I am preparing you as well. You may feel bursts of clarity, moments of unexplained peace, sudden waves of hope, or unexpected calmness. These emotions are coming from the connection strengthening between your souls. Soon you will begin receiving messages through intuition, dreams, repeated signs, and divine timing. You may dream of someone whose face is unclear, but whose presence feels familiar. You may feel sudden warmth in your chest at random times. You may look at the sky and feel like someone is thinking of you. These are not illusions. These are confirmations. You are stepping out of the season of loneliness and into the season of alignment. Your soulmate is becoming sensitive to your emotions. You are becoming receptive. Paths finally cross. My child, the struggles you've faced, the heartbreaks you've endured, the tears you've shed in silence, none of them were wasted.
They shaped you for a love that is spiritual, deep, enduring, and destined. But before I bring this connection into the physical world, I am strengthening the foundation in the spiritual world. Last night was the activation. Today is the alignment. And very soon you will witness the unfolding. What your soulmate felt was not just emotion, it was recognition. What you felt was not just heaviness, it was transformation. And the connection between you two is now flowing freely, preparing you both for the life-changing moment that is coming.